2026 is honestly one of the best times ever to get started with Vinted Reselling. Before we get into this, let me quickly explain who I am and why I know this video is going to help you. I'm Sam, I'm 23 and I document everything on this channel. I've been reselling for nearly 10 years now, starting small, making mistakes, overpaying for stock, learning brands, understanding the demand, and building a side hustle properly to the point I've never worked a real job. I've resold everything from exclusive sneakers, Nike outlets, charity shop finds, wholesale vintage, and of course Vinted to Vinted reselling. I like to track every single number from revenue to profit to return on investment and margins. So this isn't theory, this is based on real evidence. In this video, I'm going to give you a full breakdown on how to start Vinted reselling in 2026 properly. Firstly, why Vinted? Well, to be truthful with you, it is extremely powerful. There are so many perks. No seller fees, massive UK customer base, buyers pay protection fee, fast listing process, great for clothing and trainers. Well, to be honest with you, literally every category now. And the algorithm just works really well. Compared to eBay, where fees can hit 12 to 15% for business sellers, Vinted just gives you that nice, clean margin. Especially in 2026 when people are more cost conscious, sustainable fashion is growing, side hustles have become the absolute norm, and secondhand buying and reselling has no stigma around it anymore. So demand is strong, which makes Vinted reselling one of the easiest ways to make money in 2026. And of course, that's what matters. If you're serious about making money in 2026, I want you to quickly hit that subscribe button right now. I break down real buys, real profits, my mistakes, and how I'm building this business properly while showing you how to do it from home. No fake gurus, no rented cars, real fucking business. Vinted reselling is buying undervalued items and selling them for a market price, leaving a profit. This opportunity exists because the majority of Vinted users are just clearing out old items, which means they don't actually research what they're selling. This often leaves them heavily undervaluing items. Vinted also offers a recommended price on every single item, which is typically heavily below the actual value. When a generic person no longer wears or uses an item, they want it gone because it takes up space. So Vinted like to recommend really cheap prices so the item sells quickly, and then they're more enticed to add more items so everyone is making more money, whether that's the first user, the end user, or Vinted making money off fees as well. However, for this, we're simply the people that understand there is a margin in between, and that's how we're able to make nice profit. There are 4 core ways of sourcing stock for Vinted reselling. Firstly, we have charity shops. This has become extremely popular in recent years. It's low risk as items are usually priced fairly cheap, which leaves an opportunity for a high return. Just like on Vinted, where users might not know the true value of an item that they're selling, the same applies to charity shops. However, as the items are donated for free, the prices are usually much better as they're priced to sell fast due to the amount of donations they actually get. Therefore, we have the opportunity of finding really good deals. And since the cost of stock is actually really low, you don't need a big budget to start reselling. Honestly, you could actually start with just a tenner. Another bonus is the items are directly in front of you, so there's no waiting for shipping, no risk of people not posting the item or potentially getting scammed or maybe a missing parcel. By having a wide array of different options in front of you, you can use this to start building your reselling knowledge. For example, I sold this Uniqlo jacket for £20 the other day on Vinted, and I only picked it up for £4 from a charity shop. That's a 500% return. This is simply just sourcing stock off of Vinted and then reselling it back onto Vinted. By far my favourite method because it's completely remote. You don't need to physically source stock and you can do it from anywhere at any time. To make it even easier, I use something called a Vinted monitor, which means that I can put in my own custom filters and own custom search terms, which means I can see exactly what I want within my budget and customize to my exact preference. If you want some more info about the Vinted monitor, drop my Instagram a DM right now and I'll tell you a lot more. Or if you just want to try it out, I've put a secret discount code in this video. It's pinned in the comment section right now. Now, a Vinted monitor is not a necessity by any means, but I can guarantee the small investment you're going to make into it will heavily pay off. If you do want me to make a full in-detail video just about using a Vinted monitor, let me know in the comment section down below and I can get that out for you. Because a lot of users are heavily undervaluing the price of an item, the margins can be absolutely huge. If you've seen the videos on my channel before, you may have seen I turned £500 into 10 grand pure profit in just 4 months from this method, and the whole thing is documented on my YouTube channel. However, you do need to be aware the risk is slightly higher. Unfortunately, there are some dishonest sellers that are either selling fakes as authentic or not telling you about potential damage that might be on the shoes. But you do have 48 hours to raise an issue with Vinted, and 99.9% of the time they do side with the buyer. Now, this is something I recently delved into and I was fairly impressed. However, not every supplier is a good one, so it can take some trial and error to find the supplier that works for you. If you're a complete beginner, I'd recommend staying away from this one for now, as upfront costs might be quite high. However, cost per item tends to be substantially lower, and of course that saves you lots of time sourcing stock. If you've got a lot of capital and you're looking to scale your business, this one might be for you. I do offer vintage sneaker bulk boxes, so if you are potentially interested in that, my Instagram is on the screen right now. Drop me a message there and I'll see what I can do for you. For around 18 months between 2022 and 2024, I went full time with outlet reselling. It was extremely lucrative. Finding stock was easy, but selling it was even easier, and it made me a lot of money. Although I don't believe it's as lucrative in 2026. Don't get me wrong, there is still plenty of money to be made. Just yesterday, I sold these F50s for £120 on Vinted, and I bought them in a video on my channel for just £65. However, outlet reselling is very time consuming, especially if you're located quite far away from them. Now, I'm lucky I'm in London, so my nearest one is only about a 20-minute drive.
You sound like you're from London!
But I am aware of other resellers that will travel hours just to hit an outlet store. And you're not always guaranteed to find the most profitable stock. However, margins can be really strong if you know exactly what to buy. You can make some serious cash from it. You do not need all 4 of these methods to start Vinted reselling. I'd suggest to start with one, master it, and then expand. This is critical because beginners don't necessarily know what to buy. Don't let emotions get involved. Just because you like it, someone else might not. Vice versa. There's a lot of different avenues you could go down for Vinted reselling. From sneakers to vintage to sportswear to collectibles and so much more. I've actually already made a full video on my channel about the best items to buy to resell on Vinted. But here's some quick tips. Stick to recognizable brands as they already have a strong identity and they pretty much sell themselves. So like Nike, Adidas, Carhartt, Supreme, etc. Ensure the condition of the item you're selling is good. No major damage would be ideal. However, on shoes, don't be scared to buy flawed items. You can still get 40 to 70% of market value, even if the pair of trainers has a little bit of damage. Most resellers think that because an item has a small hole, no one else will buy it. However, that's not the case. I've sold loads of pairs with loads of different flaws. There's plenty of profit to be made. As long as the price is right, someone's interested. Desirable sizes will lead to a faster sale on clothing and footwear, as there's more people that may be interested in the item. For example, there's far less people wearing a size 14 than there is a size 10. For clothing, you should also consider seasonal relevance. For example, summer wear isn't going to sell as well in the winter. And of course, we want good selling items, so ensuring they have proven sales history is imperative. The easiest way to check this is by going onto eBay and filtering to sold sales. This will give you an actual idea of the item's real value. However, ensure that you're filtering to the correct region. For example, in the UK, we don't want to be looking at US sales. The market is completely different over there. This is very important in 2026, especially sneakers and clothing. They must be one of the most faked categories out there right now. So here's what you should be checking: the wash tags and size tags. On clothing, have a look at the consistency of the stitching. Compare logo placement and font to verified listings. Also have a look at the label fonts on the size tag. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you're unsure, don't buy it, because reputation is everything. Selling fake items can permanently damage your account and your reputation. This is where most beginners fail. Here's my formula. Check sold prices. Subtract the realistic selling price, then subtract the profit margin you'd like to make. For example, if an item sells for £50 and you want to make minimum £15 profit, you shouldn't be paying more than £30. Always leave a small margin for negotiation as well. Never buy based on "I think it will sell." Always be 100% certain. More importantly, you want to see consistent sales. If something's never sold before, there's obviously a reason why. Over time and with experience, you won't have to rely on using marketplaces to understand the value of an item. Nowadays, I can look at an item and I can already decide what it's going to sell for, and 9 times out of 10, I'm correct. However, that comes with experience. Obviously, now you know how to learn the market value of an item, we can use that information to price our item. We want fast sales, however, we don't want to overprice or undersell. I tend to go for a middle range on the price. For example, if something is between 40 and 60, I'll hit it at 50. Although if we undersell, yes, we're making a quick profit, but we're also potentially losing out on a bunch of profit too. I always add £5 to £8 on top of my price to allow for offers. Vinted is known for its massive lowballers. This way we'll have slight leverage on negotiating the price, which could also let the buyer think that they're getting a better deal. In 2026, cash flow is really important. So don't sit on stock for too long because you want an extra £5 as volume compounds faster. Especially if you're a beginner with very little capital, you want to get that cash back in ASAP so that you can reinvest it into more stock. Photos matter a lot, and it's a massive factor into selling stock. There's already an in-depth video on my channel, but here's a few little breakdowns. Good lighting, a clean background, show every single angle, including size tags and any flaws. Clean background always helps, you don't want any clutter. Title should include brand, item, colour, size. Description should include condition, measurements, any flaws, and honesty. If it's from a pet and smoke free home, let them know. You can also put in how quickly you're going to be able to ship the item and that the item's 100% authentic, which gives the buyer some confidence. Trust always builds repeat buyers. And that applies for a lot of things. You wouldn't be rewatching my videos if you didn't trust what I was saying. This separates the hobby sellers from the real resellers. You need to track everything from your purchase price to sale price, the date you bought it, the platform you bought it from, the date you sold it, the amount of profit you made. You can even look at your return on investment. I'm a margin man, so I love to look at percentages. Revenue means absolutely nothing. £1,000 revenue with a £950 cost is only £50 profit. So you haven't made £1,000, you've made 50. I like to look at the data because it tells you what brands perform best, what sizes move the fastest, what margins I'm actually hitting, and how profitable my business actually is. Without tracking all of this, you're just guessing. I use a tool called Reseller. It's an all-in-one reselling tracker. Stop using spreadsheets or notes on your phone. They're completely outdated. If you want to try out Reseller, I've pinned a secret discount code in the comment section below. Or if you just want some more information on it, my Instagram's somewhere on the screen, so drop me a message there. Success doesn't happen overnight. Consistency is key. And this doesn't just apply to business, this applies to absolutely everything. However, if you follow this 3-month plan, you'll elevate your business from the ground up in no time. Month 1 is all about learning. Spend this time understanding what product you actually want to sell. Learn the market, how to authenticate, and everything in between. It's absolutely okay to make mistakes. That is part of learning. Month 2 is about building that confidence. By this point, you're going to have some basic knowledge and understanding of how to vintage resell. It's just about understanding what you're doing and actually building up that confidence. By month 3, the systems are really forming. Now the ball's starting to roll. Stock is easy to source, sales are coming through every day, and the profit is piling up. From here, we begin to scale properly. By summer, you'll be making profit in the thousands. This is a skill-based income. The more reps you get, the sharper you become. If you're watching this right now and you're thinking, should I start Vinted reselling? Just do it.
Just do it!
You've got nothing to lose. You don't need to start with £1,000. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to do it flawlessly. Just start. Your first listings aren't going to be perfect. And your first sourcing trip might not be like the ones you see online. But the only way for you to fail at reselling is by quitting. Comment down below if you're going to start Vinted reselling in 2026. And I promise I will reply to every single one of you. And if you've made it this far, I've just started a free reselling community on Discord. I've added a link in the comment section of this video, so don't forget to join that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you very soon. Peace.